In 1977, I began my first direct communication with Thoth. Now, 10 years earlier, the Star Kindred had told me that this would begin to happen at some later date, and then it did. The first translation work Thoth gave me at that time was the Blue Stone Manual. I don't believe I called it manual then because I put it all on audio tape. Later I called it manual. Now I'm going to call it a treatise. So we're progressing here. In any case, what you will be hearing now is on the colors. And at this time, I'm calling them high spectrum colors. Now, this was given to me by Thoth, but he was speaking of his time in Egypt when he was Thoth Raismes of Aphra. I will be continuing with other videos from the Blue Stone Treatise, and these will be on crystals and clays, and perhaps some other things as well, because this is all a healing manual. It has to do with things to heal and to experience on interdimensional levels of balancing the body. So this is what it's really about. So why is it called the Blue Stone? Well, I went to the first part of the book to see if I could find anything about it, and I didn't. If it's in there, I don't know where it is, and I'm not reading the whole book to find out. So I returned to Thoth Intelligence Now, and he gives me a very simple answer that makes sense to me. He told me many years ago that when he was born as Thoth Raismes, he was born with an emerald in one hand and a lapis in the other, like in the palm of the hand, like literally coming out of the chakra of the hand. He also told me in the past that the emerald and the lapis that came out of his hands were not regular emerald and lapis. They were of a higher frequency, a higher dimension, and yet they materialized physically in the hand, sort of like vermouthi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Vermouthi? I'm not sure. But you know, that the mystics create out of the ethers. So this is how he explained it at the time. So now he's saying that the blue stone in this perspective represents the healing of the physical body through higher dimensional means. Not just taking the right vitamin or something, but you know, the whole process in an astral and higher spectrum reality, connecting to the physical body and causing the physical body to come into balance. This from 1977. Thoth Raismes of Aphra arranged color in a hierarchical order. The white diamond light and radiant gold were listed as the healers of the mortal consciousness. Descending from this height were the shades of royalty, which are purple, violet, and blue. These colors were thought to act on the auric centers of the body, tuning the auric circuits within the mind and chakra centers. The pink and rose tones penetrated the organs, so Thoth believed, and regenerated the tissue. Both the surface skin and the internal tissue were less vulnerable to friction when the shades of pink were drawn into the body. Now I will pause here to say we don't have to go to the higher spectrum to apply what he's saying. Just using plain old pink and rose, you know, focusing on that. And all of this has to do with breathing. So he's talking about breathing these colors into your body. So when we're dealing with the frequencies, we're breathing the frequencies into the body from the templates. To continue, the next etheric phase of the descending light entered the spectrum in the shades of green. These tones were seen as the purgers and subduers of toxins and the soothers of inflammation. The earth shades followed, oranges, browns, and yellows. These colors served as mixers with the higher colors to give facile difference to the various prides of the spectrum. Thoth found brown, for instance, to give temperance to the vibration of red, the latter being the last rung of the rainbow. For certain sensitive tissues, although a red vibration was needed, it was often irritating in full strength, but alternated with brown or tan, it was subdued in potency. Red was thought by Thoth to possess an all-consuming nature. It devoured poisons and stimulated circulation, but because of its strength, it was applied with moderation. He described color as the soother, the builder, the sustainer, the subduer, the rainbow of cosmic precipitation. The following is the hierarchical order of color for healing as described by Thoth. Now, I'm going to say here, this is higher spectrum color and not the regular kind. However, if you're breathing in pink, just plain old pink that you're looking at, you can ask that this frequency be extended to its higher spectrum. So you can work with it that way as well. What you're going to see here, though, are the templates that are adjusted in the frequency realm so that everything you're receiving is on the right balance, the right frequency for you. So you're not going to get too much red or whatever, but bear in mind that if you want to use these templates properly, you might think, well, I'm going to use red here for a while, but I'm going to come over here and get this golden color and kind of balance it out. I'm saying this to you because you will be able to screenshot these templates and use them on your phone, your computer, if you want to print them out. I think it's better frequency on phone or computer, though. However, I have placed in the information box below a link to Redbubble, to my site on Redbubble, where you go directly to several of these templates, not all of them, that I have selected, that you can order in really beautiful prints with their little cards or whatever, and they will radiate that frequency. Even if you wanted to have an image that you put on your wall, it would radiate that frequency into the house. So I decided to do that. So if you look in the information box below, you will find a link to that. Now let us continue with the reading. It is not necessary to see an exact shade of color. Allow your soul to reveal it to you, for each individual and at different times in their lives will see these colors differently. Now, of course, you have the benefit of the template now, so you're receiving the frequencies. So don't try too hard to see colors. If you do, that's great, but the frequency is the important thing because it is identifying that color in your being. The first category is gem lights, which include the following: Diamond Dawn Light. This is the clear, brilliant Christ light, vibrating through the celestial chambers. Best received at dawn. It is the panacea for all spiritual actions. It is usually manifest during divine revelation. Radiant gold. Gold is the merging of Christ and man, the rarefied soul. It is therefore accepted by the body for all forms of healing and as a general mental, physical, spiritual balancer. Opalite, an iridescent silver white with tints of blue, green, and pink. It is helpful in the relaxing of the nervous armor of the body. It will purify mental forms. It can be used to recall dreams and prevent nightmares. Also aids in remembering past incarnations. For the nervous armor, concentrate color into muscle tissue just under the skin. For nightmares, breathe opalite before sleeping, and to recall dreams both before and after sleep. In the conscious surfacing of past lives, first place yourself in a meditative state before breathing the color. For dreams, past lives, and prevention of nightmares, concentrate the vibration into the base of the skull. Sparkling pink rose, through which you may perceive etheric music. It is a strong transfer of love. If you have trouble understanding an individual, place this shade about him or her, and you shall better perceive their true nature. Place the color about yourself, and you will become more tolerant and loving with others as well as yourself. Persian purple, a light incandescent shade. It is effective in the cleansing and sharpening of the auric colors. Visualize the light as a halo about your head while inhaling your breaths. Rim the Persian purple with a thin band of gold light for further strength and protection. Breathe this color into the body, from the head down through the feet to the tip of the toes, and then up to the solar plexus. As you picture it in the total body, let it spill over the outline slightly. Sea aquamarine, the color of incandescent crystal light turquoise. This vibration acts as a detoxifier through body fluids. It converts toxins into liquid and then purifies that liquid. It is a very mild diuretic. When inhaling sea aquamarine and exhaling sea coral, a complete cycle of purifying is activated. Sea aquamarine can also be used in clearing the milky yellowness of the eyeballs and sharpening the colors of the iris. It is an all-around body color balancer, as it affects the control of color stabilizers carried through the body liquids. Breathing this shade will sharpen the coloring of the hair, lips, and skin. Alternated with powder yellow, it will add luster to the hair. Alternated with pink nectar, it will improve the complexion. Tourmaline green, a dark, rich green with a great visual depth. It aids in digestion, and alternated with silver gray is an active antidote for any kind of poisoning. This shade is also capable of absorbing radiation from within the body. Also acts as a blood purifier. Ruby fire, cleanser and opener of energy acupoints in the body. A good color to breathe accompanying acupuncture or acupressure. Tunes in all body circuits. Alternated with tourmaline green, the needed balance of iron in the body is restored and maintained. The next grouping of colors are the archangelic colors, which include royal purple, a great balancer for the mental, physical system and to protect against negative action. Also good for gift giving. When you give a gift, picture a royal purple light surrounding it. This will serve the recipient in the light of spiritual treasures. Deep shadow violet, a light muscular and nerve relaxant. This color relieves overall aches and pains, sprains, and twisted ligaments. It is also effective in relieving high blood pressure. Blue violet. This shade can be used to eliminate karmic blocks. Breathe into the whole of the body, concentrating on the pineal gland and spilling out around the rim of the body. To keep from overstimulation of the pineal gland, alternate with dove white. Now, in the current time with the templates, it's not as necessary to alternate with another color for overstimulation because that has been regulated within the frequency of the template. However, it wouldn't hurt to do it anyway if you feel so guided. Peacock blue. This dark, rich color hinders the life and growth of virus germs, amoeba, parasites, etc. It is a muscle toner, restores peristaltic action of the colon. Excellent to breathe during pregnancy to tone muscles of the uterus. While it tones muscles, it will not induce muscular contraction. It is also good for balancing the quality of bone fiber and marrow. Also effective for muscles impaired through injury or disease. The next category of colors are those of the Seraphim. Petal orchid, a balancer of the spiritual receiving centers in the body, a vibration for receipt of angelic guidance. Pink salmon. This color is symbolic of the flashing of the salmon in the universal sea as it is drawn upward for spiritual regeneration. Through this vibration, one may receive the knowledge, truth, and wisdom of the universe. Pass pink salmon through the total body 4 to 6 times with deep, rapid breaths for this purpose. When I say rapid, I don't mean too rapid, but just, keep going with it until you've gone through that many breaths. Apricot glow, a temporary nerve analgesic, better for the relief of the dull throbbing kind of pain. For severe menstrual cramps, alternate with ultraviolet. Breathe 6 apricot glow breaths to every 3 ultraviolet. For intense migraines, alternate apricot glow with deep shadow violet, 3 breaths of each, and continue that, 3 breaths of each. Honeysuckle, a white with a pale yellow tint. This is the shade that penetrates the mucous membrane and clears it if irritated. It is good for treating allergy, nasal, sinus, lung irritation, and dysentery. It is best effective when alternated with milk rose. Morning blue, a light blue for the balancing of the intellectual centers of the brain, enhances intellectual and artistic abilities, produces tranquility and a proper mental orientation. Turquoise mountain, for circulatory and respiratory systems, relieves nausea and dizziness when alternated with bone tan. It heals disorders of inner ear and motion sickness, but for other sources of nausea and dizziness, treats symptoms only. Good for weight balance, arthritis, is effective on nerve and muscle damage when alternated with golden sun fire for nerve damage and peacock blue for muscle damage. Turquoise will relieve pressure on the body caused from altitude change, especially good for heart patients, regulates blood pressure. Next are the colors of the cherubim. Lilac field allows receptivity to nature's harmony. Through this color, one is able to commune with nature in the truest sense of the word. It may be done through the normal color breathing while summoning the nature devas, but is most effective in direct communication with living flora. As long as a love vibration is maintained, such communication is under the guardianship of the cherubim. If it is a plant with which you wish to communicate, lightly press one of its leaves between your front finger and thumb. If it is a tree, either do the same or touch the tree with open palms and fingers of both hands. Do not let your hands touch. First, inhale lilac field into you from the ether and exhale it into the plant. Then inhale it from the plant and exhale it out into the ether. Continue to inhale from the plant, exhale into the ether for 3 breaths or longer. Then open your mind and picture the plant or tree that you enveloped in lilac field while still touching the plant. After several sessions with the same plant, a rapport should develop in which eventual exchange in energy will manifest. It is then that the individual should begin to tap the memory records of the plant, visualizing past settings and circumstances of the plant during its lifetime, or possibly the lifetime of the many trees and plants surrounding it. Identification of growth patterns and organic needs of the plant can be discerned in this way. While lilac field is the most energizing color for nature communication, all colors of the spectrum can be used, especially violet, gold, and various shades of blue and green. Cloud pink, a pale pink which keeps abrasive action from occurring on the skin. It removes past marks of abrasive action and scars. This shade is effective internally also on ulcers, operation scars, etc. If cloud pink is inhaled and dove white is exhaled, adhesions can be dissolved. Lavender rain, an opaque medium light shade which is a healer of infections, gout, and a reducer of fever. Other than fever due to infections, it treats the fever as a symptom only and does not cure the source. Also good for stomach sores and fever blisters. Lemon yellow removes surface toxins through a form of photosynthesis. Unclogged skin pores allow skin to breathe more freely. This vibration attracts a balanced amount of pure oxygen into the body. Alternated with bone tan, it keeps pollution from entering through the skin tissue. Alternated additionally with cloud pink, restores damage to skin caused by irritation of pollutants. Amber glass. This is an incandescent amber that acts as a disinfectant for the body, both externally and internally. It prevents germs from entering the body. It is not effective in killing germs, merely repelling them. Alternate with peacock blue for full protection against germs. Breathe amber glass as an external surrounding of the body. Make sure to cover the total body. Smoke pumpkin, a buff medium orange that is effective on tumors, warts, and most other growths. It can greatly slow the spreading of cancer, possibly bringing it to a complete halt, but cannot destroy the cancer cells already present. For the complete cancer remedy, alter with flame light. Golden sun fire. This reddish yellow gold is a nerve nutrient. It is effective in repairing damaged nerves in all areas of the body. It is actually a rebuilder of nerve tissue, can be used for spinal damage, optic nerves in the eyes, and all nerve damage caused by diseases affecting the nerve tissue and nervous system of the body. When breathed externally above the surface of the body, it stimulates the nerve ends of the skin and brings better circulation to the surface tissues. For the circulatory system tends to be lax in distribution. This will bring a healthy glow to the skin and a refreshing tingling feeling. It is also good for the hair, especially aids in the prevention of baldness. Golden sunfire is not a nerve relaxant, nor is it a stimulant, with the exception of the slight tingling sensation if breathed on surface skin. It is a nutrient and a rebuilder of nervous tissue. Firefox russet. This is the color of golden reddish brown. This vibration is a good suntan lotion. Practiced before and during exposure to sun, it will help absorb positive sun rays into the body and repel negative radioactive rays. Also good to keep out heat or cold from the body. This is visualized externally surrounding the body. Alternated with powder yellow, less bright than lemon yellow, will help skin retain moisture during sun exposure. Pink nectar, a soft medium pink color for cell tissue regeneration. It is especially effective on surface skin for acne, wrinkles, muscle tone, etc. Sea coral, richer and brighter than pink salmon. This vibration is a water cleanser. Picture it in and surrounding your water before you drink it. Picture it internally as you breathe it through the fluids of your body. It is good for the reproductive organs and eliminates constipation. It balances the secretions of the body and regulates the fluid in cell tissue. Alternated with sparkling pink rose, it is especially active on all organs. When wishing to detoxify the fluids of the body, remember to inhale sea aquamarine and exhale sea coral. Diffused green, a soft light green that reduces swelling of all body tissue, external or internal. It is effective in restoring normal eyesight if the damage is caused within the tissue structure of the eyeball and connecting muscles. Effective on inflamed appendix and hemorrhoids. Wintergreen, a medium shade that aids in balancing the personality. Breathe into total body, focusing on the left frontal lobe of the brain. Effective in treating depression, schizophrenia, and other mental disorientation. Effective on those whose personality has been altered by drugs. Can aid in regulating personalities of the mentally retarded in a temporal sense. If the retardation is caused by nerve damage in the brain, wintergreen alternated with golden sunfire is effective in treatment of the source of the retardation. An additional alternate for brain damage is sparkling pink rose. I wish to pause in the reading to state here that while using the templates, you can send that frequency to someone else because perhaps the person with this particular problem is not able to do it for themselves. You can do that with these frequencies, focusing on the individual as you do the breath work and picture them and send them these vibrations. Dusk blue, an opaque medium blue tinged with light green. Not so much blended as turquoise or sea aquamarine, just the slightest tinge of green about the blue. This vibration is best received at dusk and is an emanation of the Christ light reflected through the nature spirits. It is used for light meditation, relaxation of mental anxiety, communion with nature in the absorbing of the peacefulness in nature sequences. Next are the categories of intense light. Flame light. This is a bright light red tinted in dazzling yellow. It is to be used in small amounts as it effects a burning action. It is effective in destroying cancer cells, tumors, and easing severe muscular constrictions. Ultraviolet, an ultraviolet color that must be visualized as incandescent to obtain the correct vibration, which is the same as the ultraviolet light. This can be used in the mending of bones, the correcting of twisted or malformed bones, the straightening of teeth, and filling of cavities. Also a good vibration for the alleviation of extremely sharp and severe pain. Ultraviolet can be used to correct damaged corneas, optic nerves, and detached retinas. In an emergency case of heart attack, thrombosis, fibrillation, etc., this vibration can be effective in subsiding the spasms and regulating the heartbeat. However, do not use it as a general everyday treatment for organs, especially the heart, as it is a type of stimulant. When used, it should be only in laser-like bursts of energy. Again, this is something that probably someone else would be using on a person rather than the person themselves in regard to something serious like that. And this is not saying this would stop any of this. It would mitigate it. There's the potential of mitigating it. That's true with all the things that I'm speaking about here that Thoth is giving me. These color frequencies and how they can work. This is the ultimate way one could use them if they were in the right space to do so. So any of these things could be certainly helpful, up to really helpful, depending upon the person that is focusing on it and the situation involved. Next are the rainbow colors. Jewel Sun Rose. The brilliant rainbow color is a combination of various rose shades blended with a golden yellow, bright in the center and fading outward into the rose tones. When this color is visualized, it is in perfect balance. The trinity of spirit, mind, and body is brought together in illumination. This color mixture serves to bring together the energies of these three forces and balance their rhythmic actions. Pink and violet flash, a rainbow color combination of violet shades and a pink center flashing from pale to bright, surrounded with the violet tones. This fascinating collage opens the chakra centers of the body to receive from the etheric states of consciousness. This is effected gradually and does not overstimulate the centers if applied in normal quantities once or twice a day. Next are the balance colors. Balance colors are those shades that are not too effective alone, but work well with other colors. The three mentioned in this text are bone tan, silver gray, and powder yellow. In 2024, what Thoth has given me is one template you can use for all three. This is the balance template. The most unusual hierarchical category which Thoth presented were the light forms. These are advanced concentrations of light and color taking a symbolic form. This action is under the direction of the archangels and must be administered by them when the individual summoning the light forms is in spiritual receptivity. Some of the light forms are pure gem. Of course, we know about the pure gem body, and here he is presenting it as a light form. Visualize a crystal multifaceted clear gem. Once divine authority is given, this granted through prayer, various shades of colors will begin to flash into the gem and through the prismatic rays of the facets down into your body as you take deep etheric breaths. By that he means you're taking physical breaths, but you're moving it up into the etheric current. You will be guided as to the sequence of breaths, which will most likely be several, as the colors flash rapidly through the body. From the moment of inhaling, as the colors are brought through the body from the cranium and down through the feet, the colors may change several times as the light spectrum descends through the various levels of the body. This is a light form of high spiritual nature, which is a healer of all physical and mental problems and an aid to spiritual attunement, but it is of an extremely intrinsic nature and very difficult to maintain effectively. Now, by this he means simply that this is a high form experience, and you really need to put yourself deeply into that current of divine connection. Angel bubbles. These are small energy bubbles. They are circles of gold with 3 tiny silver star-like energy sparks in the center. While directed by the archangels, these bubbles are channeled through the cherubim, attuning the individual, summoning them to the nature spirits, allowing the natural energies to blend with the body for healing and enlightenment. The angel bubbles usually cluster in groups about the individual, sometimes interlocking with one another. Often higher light beings are presented holding the golden circles lightly in their hands. They then descend from the hands or midair into the body of the individual, summoning them. Sometimes they do not enter the body, but cluster around it. Although Thoth Raismes lived before the birth of Christ, he had future knowledge of the eventual coming of the Christ into the earth. The following are his colors of immaculate conception. Dove white. This purest of white is the vibration of the Mari, mother of the Christed Yeshua, Yeshua, or Jesus. It is a great spiritual purifier that intercepts negative vibrations within the individual and converts them to spiritual energy. It is effective in the vanquishing of evil spirits, negative hypnotic states, hexes, and in the elimination of nightmares. Promotes channel for better understanding of spiritual dreams and revelations. When alternated with various colors, it serves to balance the effect of the other color. Milk rose. The color vibration of the Christ child is a very pale pink-white rose. Breathed internally, it is a soother of raw tissue. It can be used to stop internal bleeding and to soothe and cure ulcers. Generate the thought of warmth as you breathe this shade, and it will serve as an overall healing bath for the sensitive internal lining. Excellent for post-operative patients, especially when alternated with diffused green. When a baby is born, it naturally radiates the vibration of milk rose. Mothers should frequently transmit this tone, frequency, to their young children as an external and internal bath to aid the child in the cleansing and harmony of all its vital centers through the growing years. This color will help maintain the spiritual awareness of the child. Children should be taught to breathe this color at a very early age to maintain the natural emanation of that vibration with which they are born. It is intended that the vibration of milk rose emanate from a child until the age of 12, but often in this modern age, because of mental and spiritual distractions and improper diet and also pollutants, the milk rose dissipates in infancy or soon thereafter, unless it is embellished by color breathing by the parent and or child. It can also be breathed into the unborn fetus to nourish it during gestation. The hierarchical order of colors and their major healing properties, which I have related here, are as the physician Thoth Raismes perceived them in their highest attributes. Color should be used in various ways for a range of radiated purposes. The usage depends upon the vibratory plane in which the participant and visualizer places himself at the time of receipt and application. As to the exact shade of the color visualized, it is necessary for the individual to ask in a prayer of angelic frequency for that specific tone to be revealed to his or her sight. Now I have added an additional frequency here, which Thoth gave me, of course, just the other day. It is called the three-headed serpent being, and the color is a red and green. Now this frequency, I know it sounds kind of scary, the three-headed serpent being, but actually it is connecting to the Kundalini frequency in a threefold dynamic. It's covering the array of the triplex of the being, because we're Trinity beings. We contain mind, body, and spirit, and it's incorporated in a vesica of light around the body. So when you're calling upon the three-headed serpent being vibration, you are in a field of powerful protection against anything from infections, injections, EMF, anything of artificial means that is being leveled at us at this time on the planet. It's not foolproof, of course, but this is a color frequency that can aid in blocking and protecting you. I wish to state very clearly here that even though these are detailed treatments that were given by Thoth Raismes eons ago, he was talking to people who knew how to do this sort of thing. So they were far more effective to those persons. They had been initiated in healing sciences, and now they were developing their color frequencies. And of course, also, as a disclaimer, I wish to say that this is purely my subjective conversation with you concerning what I believe to be information from the past. And I'm in no way attempting to say that this is a diagnostic means or a cure for anything. I think you understand what I mean here. And very seriously, it is an aid, it is a helpmate, and it depends upon how you use it and when you use it and how much you use it. And that comes from your internal guidance. However, I have spent a great deal of time and precious energy in creating this free video for you, and I'm encouraging you to take screenshots of the templates for your own personal use in healing. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't feel, personally, that it could be very helpful for you on many levels. I wish to thank all of you for listening, and I hope that you do receive some kind of a blessing from what you're seeing and hearing here.